All right. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. All right. Let me say hi to everybody in here. Mrs. Kelly, Mox Rocks, Larissa, Ranch Boss, Dr. Mama, Fred. Thank you guys for being here. How are you guys? Hope everybody is had a good week. Hope that y'all have a good weekend. All right, let me get my coffee. So, how is everybody? Hope you guys are good. Glad you could be here. So, some of us, probably most of us in here, have been following Kylie's case since the very beginning. Okay. And even not the very beginning. I mean, anybody who came across it, got into it. And that's just, it was that kind of case. Hey, Llama. Hey, Wendy, Nicole, Celine, Selena, DS, FSU girl. And I believe I'm the type of person that I want to believe that most of the people that started making content on her case, most of them, I want to believe, were out there honestly to try to get justice. And listen, by doing that, I'm talking about like calling things out for what they are, trying to bring people's attention to things, trying to bring awareness to her case. It all counts, every bit of it. Okay. So I want to believe that everybody that got into it and started making content on it was out for, but we want the truth. We want to know what happened. We just want to see justice served and, all of that. Obviously, I know, there's all kinds of people in the world. And yes, some people, might not be in it for the best interest of the case. But with all that being said, I think that, okay, let me say this. Larissa had made a video earlier, short, and it was like, what, since when is Kylie's case a competition between creators, right? And I watched it, and I'm thinking as I'm watching it, I'm like, okay. I mean, she's got a good, I understand where she's coming from. I get the basis of it. I get it all. And I'm sure that throughout, I mean, it does seem that it turned into not that it is. No case is a competition or should ever be a competition between creators. We all bring what we bring to the table. We all have our own thing. And it all, looking at the whole big picture, every little bit helps. Oh, Fred, welcome to the family. Thank you. Every little bit helps. Okay. Because everybody's perception is different. So some people might pick up on some things that somebody else missed. Anyway, the bottom line is that those of us that came out and started this, all of us that just wanted justice and just wanted the truth to be told, there shouldn't be a competition or you said this first or this person said this first or, whatever. So in watching her video, I mean, I get where she was coming from with it. Thanks, Blazing Star. And I just want to, I think that so much shit has happened within the Kylie community between creators and that affects the followers and the audience as well. Because when you've got creators, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not rocket science, but if they really like this channel, and you're beefing with this channel, even though you're putting out content, they may necessarily watch it because there's a beef involved or there's a grudge or there's this or there's that. When it comes to trying to get justice in a case, when it comes to trying to get the truth in a case, especially since you have so much of the outside forces working against you in that sense, it doesn't make sense for this division among the creators. It just Thank you, Rebecca. This is for all you do, and thank you. Thank you. I very much appreciate it. But there's enough fighting against the outside to get to the truth. Why are people attacking each other for trying to get the truth on the inside, as far as within the community, right? And I'm part of it too. Okay. I got involved too. And I just, I'm on my own personal journey right now where I'm trying to be and get to the best place I can be, raise my consciousness. I'm trying to do that. And I cannot do that while holding on to grudges. I cannot do that while trying to deal with drama. I mean, it's just not worth it. And so I just wanted to say that because, listen, I don't agree with everybody else I don't agree with everybody else's content. Everybody doesn't agree with my content. But I think that everybody, especially those of us that are real close to it, I think that we all bring something different to the table. So I say, why even do this? Yeah, not the community. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Larissa, are you still in here? All right, let me drop this for you, Larissa. Well, I just think, listen, a lot of people have gotten sidetracked and we're a cult, she says. Oh, stop. It's funny though. I was just saying that to Chad the other day about something else. But anyway, we all got, everybody just, oh, Fred, thank you so much. Appreciate that. I just think that the shit needs to stop. And listen, I've called out many a people in Kylie's case, but I think well, let me finish my first thought. I've called out many people, and I stand by what I said. And if I've made a mistake, I've always come out and been like, okay, well, I guess I was wrong about that. My bad. But all of us, if you just stop for a second and step outside of it and look at the Kylie community, look at all the creators, look at all of the video content, look at all of the researching, and just look at all of it. Do you realize how much we have all done? Like, do you realize how much collectively the people seeking justice for Kylie have actually done? I mean, put all that work together. It's insane amount. It's crazy. All because we had one thing in mind. The story we're given is BS. It doesn't make sense. Let's find the truth. What really happened? That's it. That's it. And not for nothing, but egos is one of your biggest things to go up against is your own ego. Because it will make you do things that, are not right or are not nice or are, whatever you want to say. It's one of your biggest leaps is overcoming an ego. Just so we're all clear. It's actually a fact. I've been doing some research into all that. Anyways, Larissa, you want to come up here? I want to give her a chance to say what she wants to say about all of this. All right, while we're waiting for her to get up here. Oh, there she is. All right, let me add her up here. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
I got you. Okay.
Perfect.
Well, you made those shorts earlier, and the second one you made, girl, I was like, oh no. Okay, so I'm just gonna let you do your thing and you say whatever you need to say.
Yeah, so the videos I made today was because I obviously did want to address some things, but I wasn't going to address the negativity that I've been being told is being spread out about me, because I just don't have the energy for it. I don't have the energy to argue with everybody and go make videos or do lives or, I don't have the energy to argue with other people. Um, everybody has things going on in their life personally that they're already dealing with. And so for me, like I found YouTube as like an outlet and I found this case and I actually started it on TikTok way before I was even on YouTube. And I think it's just insane like that every creator is at every other creator's throat for, well, this person's putting out this content and it was stolen from here or, like just things like that. It just doesn't matter. And, the videos I made today was not addressing all the crap talking that's going on because it's not what I'm here for. The most important thing that I've been coming on here to do is put out what I know about this case. And I am putting my life in jeopardy by talking about the bigger powers in Kylie's case. But it's because I care. I wouldn't risk my life for nothing. I wouldn't risk, you know, my kids not having a mom in the future for nothing. Like this case meant something to me. And every time I turn around, I feel like I'm getting discredited or people are unsubbing to me and not looking at the valuable information that I'm presenting. Because in all reality, the information that we're presenting is the most important thing in these cases. It's not, let's go clip this and make fun of this and fixate on one person. It's not, let's go bash all these other creators. Like, why are we doing it?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I didn't like the old me. Like, you guys have seen me, if you guys have been following me since the beginning, the old me would have made a video going off, showing receipts, like pulling this and this and that out of my ass. Like, I don't, it's not what I'm here for. And
Right.
I just felt like, just for me, with the way that this case has become, with the way that this case is turning people I said into like barbarians, because we're all fighting. We're all fighting for justice, but we're all fighting each other at the same time when we all have very valuable information. It
Right.
shouldn't be a fight. We can all collectively put our heads together and work as a team, as a unit. We don't have to like each other personally, but we can do something to make a difference as a community together. Instead of saying, well, you stole this content and you didn't say my name in this video and you didn't do this and you didn't do that. It doesn't matter. It
Right.
doesn't matter. Like when people share
Uh,
my stuff on their I don't care, because I'm glad that you're putting the words and the information out. That's the most important thing. So I just wanted to say that, like, I felt like just right now with all the craziness and the negativity it's bringing, and I have already personal things going on in my life that I've been open, and I've been a very open book on my channel with my life. And, I have nothing to hide, but I've been open and honest. And I feel like just the way that people are attacking each other, I don't want to be a part of that. And I just felt like right now, with all this chaos, is probably the right time for me to sign off the case. And it hurts me to say that.
right.
It's hard because I've been working on it so long and so hard. I've put so
Right.
much time and energy into it. I don't want to say goodbye to it, but it's just unhealthy. It's becoming an unhealthy environment when people are constantly talking poorly about you.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's hard.
And I do think too, though, like I think that like a lot of us, as I think that we are all so passionate. We got so involved in this case, and we all became so passionate about it that it's easy to, say, this person is wrong. This person doesn't know what they're talking about. Or, you know what I'm saying? Going after this person for something that they said. I think that we all like ended, like everybody just, we got so close that we all take it personal. So when something is said about us or our content or, whatever it is that we are bringing to the table, I see where it's easy for people to just go off that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like, and it's just sad, like, for me, like, it's sad to see how, like, we do all have passion. We all do. And the thing that gets me is that we come online because we want to do a good thing. We're trying to do a good thing, and we're trying to help at least one person somewhere, right?
Right.
Online, when we come on here, that's what we come to do. We want to help somebody. And I don't know how people look at other people that are trying to do good things and just want to bring them down when they're trying to do a good deed. They're trying to give back to the world and put the good energy out there and stuff. And I just don't understand that. How do you look at somebody who's trying to do a good thing, trying to better their life and everything, and then you just bash them? Like, it doesn't make sense. I feel like everybody should watch who they want to watch. I feel like there shouldn't be personal vendettas online. Like, it's insane. And who are we to say if someone's wrong or right about something in this case? Because there's not a lot of factual information.
Well, that's what I'm, yeah,
Yeah.
I
You
know
know,
that's the thing.
who are we to discredit each other's channels? We're nobody to discredit something else that somebody worked so hard to build.
Right.
And I
Right.
just feel like, it would be so much nicer if we all came together, but I don't see that happening, and it's just a crazy environment right now.
True. True. And that's kind of what I wanted to address in this live is like, I don't see the point in it. It's not doing any of us any good. Like I'm not holding on to anything. Like I'm just gonna I'm letting it all go, and I'm moving forward because I still would like to see the truth in this case. I still would like to find out what actually happened. I mean, I didn't put in all this time for nothing. I actually want to find out, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, but all this personal stuff, I mean, it's the internet. This is YouTube, right? Not It's not personal. It's not your real life, but when your real life gets dragged into it and it becomes an attack on a person, I mean, how do you not take that personally? How does that not affect you as a content creator, as a human being?
Right. And some of us have triggers, some of us have anxiety, some of us have PTSD, some of us battle mental health and things like that. And it you know when people are attacking you, it's hard not to get defensive, because, like I said before, I've done my fair share of calling creators out and doing whatever and talking my shit. I really have. But when you're looking at the big picture, when you're seeing, like, when you're looking at people crying online and, like, obviously having issues in their life, when you see people breaking down and, like, just wanting everything to stop, and I'm saying for certain people who have been dragged in this case, I'm not saying this about myself, but you know it you never know what you're doing to that person by the bad talking that you're doing,
Mhm.
on a public platform at that. And you know it only takes you to say something that triggers somebody for them to make some really irrational decisions, like, people will relapse, or people will try to unalive themselves or something because they can't handle that. But we don't know that those people can't handle that. So I don't understand why we can't just keep what we're doing online friendly and just stop the arguing.
Right. Right. I mean, yeah, I get it, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's affected everybody on a
Yeah.
personal level,
Yeah.
and so yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I just I think that we all came in this for one reason. We all, no matter what we say about the case, no matter what we've done to, whatever, we all jumped on Kylie's case for a reason. And so I just say, listen, I mean, why are we fighting each other? We're getting enough fight from all the outsider or all the
Mhm.
insiders, I should say, trying to fight against us. Why are we doing it to each other?
Right, right. It's just not worth it. Like, it's not worth the time and energy that we're putting. We could be using that time and energy, we're going online and talking about people and trying to get people to be on our sides, which there shouldn't even be sides at all in the first place. But we're all going on there and we're all trying to get everybody to, oh, watch me, don't watch them, do this, to do that. And like, we're missing out on valuable stuff when we do that.
Right.
We're missing out on so much valuable information. We're missing out on real life things that are happening. We're missing out on what could potentially be the justice for this little girl's case.
Well, that's what I'm saying too. And not for nothing, but, trying to get your people to not go and watch somebody else, in support of you, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even if you're not saying to your people, listen, I don't like this person, don't go watch their content. But I'm saying if they're supporters of you, they're going to say, listen, I'm not going to go watch this person because this person, they got problems. I
Right.
think that only not robs us as creators, but I think it robs the audience and the people that care too, because they're not, like I said, everybody's perception is different. You could pick up something that I missed. You know what I'm saying? SOF could pick up something that I missed, or vice versa. I'm just saying that it robs the audience because they're not getting the full, you know what I'm saying? They're missing out on information.
Right, right. And there's people who go to all of our channels and watch all of us for all of the information we provide. So, and you can even, it doesn't even have to be you saying don't go watch this person. It could just be the way that you're speaking about the person that can put a bad taste in other people's mouths to stop them from watching somebody who is giving the valuable information. And I get it 100%. It's the internet. It comes with hate, it comes with people picking you apart and everything like that. Yes, it's the internet. But then there's a certain portion where it becomes too much. And I feel like now it's starting to get out of hand because people are going nuts. I don't know if everybody's seen everything going on, but it's crazy right now.
Right. I mean, I can't keep up. I cannot keep up on everything, obviously, but
I haven't watched anything. I've heard things and I just don't eat, like, I can't watch it. I can't watch it for my own mental health because I'm like, I don't want to listen to people talk crap about me when I'm trying to do something good. You know what I mean? So no, I'm not going to watch that. I'm not going to even indulge in it. I'm not going to whatever, you know?
mhm,
It's just like I said, it's not worth our time and we could be doing so many better things with that time. We could be helping so many other people with that time. We can be giving advice to somebody, giving somebody resource hotlines for something. We could be doing something so much more productive than arguing with each other at this
right,
point.
right. Because, and honestly, I've said this from how long ago? I don't care who solves it. I don't care who finds the missing key that we're all missing, the missing clue. I don't care as long as it gets found. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, no, it's absolutely not a competition. Because the bottom line is, who cares who finds the truth as long as it comes out at some, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's all we should care about. We shouldn't care about who has the bigger channel and who has more subs or who has more clicks and views or who makes more money on YouTube. Like, it's all stuff that is really irrelevant to what the cause of what we're trying to do is. And the
Right.
cause and what we all of us creators came on this platform with a good intention, I'm sure, because nobody's going to just hop online and start talking about a girl who passed away and have no feelings and just clout chase off of it. So I believe everybody started off with good intentions, but I feel like as people grew numbers, as people grew views and things like that, their egos did get the best of them. I feel like some people just are going to be that way. We can't change it, but we can talk about it and address it and we can bring it to people's attention to maybe have people understand to look at things a different way. Like,
Right.
let's not argue anymore. Let's just put out the content that we came here to put out. you know?
Right.
And I hope this live does change some of the stuff that's going on in this. But like I said, like it's a lot. There, like World War III is about to happen, people. like
Dude.
why are we wasting our time talking about other creators and if they're valid or not or whatever else or who they're involved with or what they do in their personal lives? Let's talk about World War III and what's going to happen with our country that we live in. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, I
just
know what you mean.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean. I just, yeah, I don't know. I hope it helps. I mean, I just wanted to kind of, I'd like to give anybody who wants to, say anything. I don't think there should be any shit from the inside, especially from the people that, that truly care and truly are out to seek justice and truly are out for justice for Kylie. Because listen, if that's not your main interest anymore, maybe it was, right? Maybe it was your main interest. And now, it's not. Now you've moved on to wanting to attack like somebody relentlessly over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, like, there's no, then don't be a part of it anymore. Not you.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, just don't, if your heart's not in it for real, if you're not being real and your heart's not really in it and you're really not out to get answers, then, step off, because we're still trying here. I mean,
Yeah, we're definitely still trying.
I think about Megan. Like, I've said a lot about Megan, but that woman has been
Yeah.
getting shit for fucking over a year.
Mhm.
And, like, I don't know. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what I'm talking about, the relentless attacks. Like it started off as okay, we're picking off the contradictions to what she's saying, but then it became making fun of her and whatever word salad and the way she eats and just everything, and there was so much bashing going on. And when I decided to be cool with her and make amends with her, like I was just like, I don't want to bash you. I'm not here to bully you. I'm here to just find out what's really going on with Kylie. And she's cool to talk to. You could talk to her and she'll fact check you about stuff in Truckee and things like that. Like you just have to be kind to people sometimes to get the responses. And that's not me saying I'm trying to get anything out of her either. But she has been bashed relentlessly online. Like certain creators have been fixated on just Megan when there's SF investigates, when there's the tow truck guy and Check It TV. There's so many other people to fixate on in this case. Why aren't we fixating on them and what they say and have done?
Hmm.
You know,
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think, and this is what, to me, there should be a line. There should be like a morality line where you don't fucking, or my bad, you don't go and talk about somebody else's children and constantly drag. I mean, you don't pull pictures up of other people's kids. You don't
yeah,
put their information out there. There should be a line, at least a human decency line, where you don't freaking dox other people's children, or you know what I'm saying? But like, it's
yeah,
gotten to the point here on YouTube where, or at least within this community, where everything's up for, I mean, there's nothing that's off limits.
yeah. Yeah, it is a lot. It does seem like people have lost the human decency in them. Like, and I'm not saying everybody has. And I'm speaking for every creator on this case has had some type of shit talked on them somewhere somehow, whether it be from somebody from Chucky or whether it be from somebody on the internet. But when's enough?
Yeah.
When are we going to let the vendettas go? When are we going to actually do something useful? Because you're right, it's not fair. There's creators who or I mean, there's viewers who are taking time off because and they're not watching content because of the drama that's going on.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah, and that's sad.
well, that it's sad for Kylie. I mean, it's sad for the case because, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, I mean, don't get me wrong, drama is a huge seller. I mean, they
Oh
don't
yeah.
have reality TV for no reason. So people love drama, people attract to drama, but that's certain people. There's a whole bunch of other group of people that don't want listen. If I'm just here for the facts of the case, I'm just here for the
Mhm.
information. Like I don't have time to listen to you guys fight. I just don't have time for it. So it is sad because the creators aren't putting in enough time. They should be focusing that energy, doing what they do instead of, and then the viewer, like you said, has to take time off, doesn't watch videos. So they're like way behind. They're like, I had to take a break, and it's just not good for the community. So in doing this live, I'm
Mhm.
hoping that it's gonna, can let's everybody just let bygones be bygones and move on and focus on putting our energy and everybody else's, focus on putting your energy where it should be.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna go on and attack people and do all that. I'm not naming names and I'm not bashing anybody, nothing. I just simply like, I wish that I could come on YouTube and I can create and put out good information and not have to worry about who's saying what or if my channel is going to be robbed from me, something I worked so hard to build. Like my outlet is becoming my outlet, something that I came on here to help heal myself, to find myself, and to do things. I feel like my outlet is kind of robbed in a sense from me sometimes. And it makes me sad because I care. I do care about this case tons. And
Mhm.
I hated making that video earlier because I was like, people are going to think that I'm giving up. I sold out something. It's not the case. It's just really, and it's funny because you can say you have like mental health issues and people will take it as, oh, they're mentally ill, and they'll just like take advantage of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's difficult. Like when people are open and honest about their stories, and I've been very vulnerable with all of my subs, um, and a lot of the subs on your channel, that are watching right now, I've been very vulnerable, and I've shared a lot of my life, and it's because I want to help. So
Right.
when somebody is taking that thing that I came here to do away from me, or when multiple people are doing that, or whatever, it's just not fair for anybody. I know that there's been lives going back and forth for the past, couple nights, and it's just getting worse and worse, and people are bashing more and more, and you know, it it's gonna cause somebody to have some type of a mental break because it's gonna become too much, and it just needs to stop before it's too late, and we have to start covering other cases because of YouTube drama. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
Because that's realistically, it's a cyberbullying in a sense. If you really want to get into it, you don't know how many cases of cyberbullying happens where people just, they end it for themselves. They give up.
Yeah.
So let's not make another case because of this YouTube drama. Let's just let it go, and move forward and just keep putting out the content and fighting what you believe in,
Right.
because
And
that's what we're here to do.
yep, exactly. And if you don't like it, don't listen. Maybe maybe I'm not your cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, yeah, and I know, like, there's people who, yeah, we're not everybody's cup of tea, but
Right.
we have subs that support us and stick by us and are solid with us, and I just wanted to say to everybody who is a sub of mine who watches my content, thank you, because you guys do give us the confidence to come out and do what we do on YouTube.
Oh,
And
for sure.
like, if when I post videos, sometimes when I feel like giving up, like it's you guys that makes me want to keep going. Like when you guys come and you guys shed light in my comment section, and I know I don't respond to all of them, but I read every single one of your comments, and it's nice to see that. And you guys give me the confidence to continue to do what I do, and, to continue to help people or attempt to help somebody, you
Yeah.
know, and
Yep.
that's what I want. That's my end goal. I just want to help.
Right. And that's that's my thing too. And that's one thing that, because before I did Kylie videos, I just wanted to wake people up to the reality that we live in, like just wanted to tell people what was really going on, real shit, stuff they don't want you to know, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Yep.
And then after I got into Kylie's case, and then even ever since then, like I've been doing other cases too. I'll talk about things that I think are important. Um, but I find now that I really just, the information that I put out is to help you in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to help people as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like everybody who comes on and does something for true crime wants to help in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
And I feel like if we all came in with those good intentions, I feel like we could find ourselves and bring us back to those good intentions, and we can be better. I'm not gonna say the community word because I hate that, but I
me
say it all the
too.
time. I say it all the time because it just is such a easy word to say. But like I look at you guys as like my YouTube family, and I want, if there's anything that I can do to help anybody that's part of the YouTube family that is on my channel, that's what I want to do. Let's just get back to the good intentions.
Right. Definitely. Definitely. I mean, I've been on, I started my channel. Well, we started our channel in 2019. I mean, it is a it is a grind, but it is a lot of hours. It's a lot of work, and especially when you get so involved with a case like Kylie's that drew
Mm-hmm.
so much of us. I mean, so many of us from all different walks of life. Her case drew in, and I think, listen, we're all here because we want truth, we want justice. Not all of us. I mean, there's a couple exceptions. The Kylie Ronnie channel or something
I know
crazy
one.
like
Yeah.
that.
I was
But
gonna say.
some nutty like that. But most of us all just, we all want the truth. We all just want to know what happened. And, it is what it is, I guess. Water under the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
I, you know, there's just no reason for it. I mean, we got enough on us going after other people. I mean, we got enough other people coming after us from the outside.
Oh yeah, and then to top it off, we have our own personal problems. Like I'm going through shit, you're going through
Hey,
stuff.
Stacey. Yeah,
Everybody's going through stuff. So let's just let's do make YouTube as minimally like like I don't know how to like put it, but like let's make the bashing and the bullying a little bit more minimal. You know what I mean? Because
right,
yeah, drama, like you said, drama sells. Yeah, it does, but it hurts people at the same time. So you're just watching other people hurt people,
right.
and
Yep.
yeah, and it's not something you. Yeah, it's not something that you wanna watch. Like, I wouldn't want to watch. I
It,
wouldn't want to watch one live and be like, oh, they're talking shit about somebody, and then go to the other person's channel and they're crying on the. It's sad to watch,
yeah.
sad to be a part of.
It's like a car wreck when you're driving down the road and you see a car wreck and it's a horrible thing, but people can't help but, you know,
Yeah, people
rubberneck the
can't help
whole
but
way,
look at it.
all the way down the road. Yeah,
Yeah, or pull out their
for real.
cameras and start recording it and stuff like that. Like there's just things that are being posted like that don't even pertain to Kylie's case. Like Megan at her furry convention. Like what the heck does that matter? What does that have to do with anything regarding Kylie's case that she went to a convention like that?
Oh, I didn't even know that. See, I'm
See,
out of
but
the
there's
loop.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like that's stuff that's being brought up and talked about. Like who cares? Let her do her thing. If she's into that, she's into that. Like leave that out of it.
Yeah,
Focus on what is being said about Kylie Rodney, not what
right,
everybody's doing in their personal lives.
right.
Makes things easier. It makes things a better place. It makes things more enjoyable for the family we have here on YouTube.
Yeah, it's better for the creators and it's better for our audience and the people that follow us because, like I said, it's nobody wants that.
Yeah. So ultimately, like I appreciate you doing this live and allowing me to come up on panel and say what I had to say.
Sure.
And I am going to reconsider signing off completely from this case. Um, but because it meant a lot for me to have you comment under my post. But you know, I don't want to give up on the case. I really don't. But
Right.
I think right now there's things that I need to consider for myself, and
Yeah. No, I totally
I
get that.
feel like, not to toot my own horn, but I feel like I have potential to do other things too, and I would love to do that and start. So
Oh yeah.
I just really hope that all in all that this live does help people, and I hope that that we're not dragged for this too. So
No, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think you should be. I don't think anybody should be. I think, I wanted to do this. I thought more creators and people would be in here. Like our main, my main people are in here, but I thought like creators and stuff would show up and, I thought we could just listen. I mean, let's move on. Let's get back to the case at hand. Let's get back to finding justice. But you don't know how many times Chad has tried to be like, babe, you got to leave this case. You need to drop this case. Like you've put,
hmm
it's driving you crazy. You can't do it.
yeah.
You took it way too personal.
Yeah, I think we all did. We all took it a little too personal because that could have been our daughter. That's what
Right.
got me into the case. I had just had a daughter not too long before I had heard about this happening, and I thought when I first heard of it, I was just like, "This is so weird." Like that could have been my daughter
Right.
at this party that her best friend left her,
I
and who
thought the
knows what
same
happened to
thing.
her. Horrible, horrible. So yeah, it resonates with a lot of people, and a lot of people take it personally because a lot of the creators here have kids.
Right.
And
Yep.
yeah, but I don't think that we should be doxing other people's kids. I don't think we should be putting other people's kids online without solid proof that we know that they're the kids. And there's just so much to it, and kids are kids.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want anybody else doxing your kid or blasting your kid on the internet, and when your kid has nothing to do with this case.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, just let it go, move forward in life, be better people. you know
Right. And I was in SOF's live last night, and they were talking about how um like just putting out straight misinformation. Like you can't put somebody's kid's picture there and be like, listen, this is this person. And without any proof, and when any proof of, I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know, I think that is crossing the line. That's what I'm saying. There's no line here. Why don't people see that line?
I mean, like, I'll just say this, like, if somebody felt the need to go to the extent to get their ex-husband on a live stream and have their name cleared, that's all Megan wanted, was to clear her name because this wasn't whatever. And I'm not defending her or anything like that, but it's the reality of it. She had somebody who has been involved with her, who has children with her, say no, they don't have more than the two kids that they have.
Oh,
I
see, I
mean,
didn't even know about that.
yeah.
I didn't know that was I never heard about that.
Yeah, so I mean, if she is going as far as to go out of her way to grab her ex-husband, and her ex-husband is willing to come on panel, and they might have their issues. They're obviously married people.
Yeah.
But for her to go that extent and to bring him on live and to have him, say his piece and whatever else, and for it to continue, it's sad. It's sad to see,
Yeah.
and
I
it's
think
unnecessary.
right. That's the thing. I mean, that's all I'm hoping to do is like just I mean, listen, if you don't like this person, that's fine. If you don't like this content creator, that's fine. But then ignore that person and just, put your focus where it should be. But everybody who has a moral compass should have that line and see that line and know that there's just certain things that you don't do. Right? What's the first thing they teach you in kindergarten? The golden rule. What's the golden rule? Treat others the way you want to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be, don't, I mean, what we've all lost, like everybody has lost that growing up, right? Because we've all said wrong things. We've all done bad things. We've all, you know, screwed up in one way or the other. But there should be that morality line where you don't bring other people's children into it. You don't And don't purposely put out information that is misleading. Don't purposely be a distraction, because we've had enough of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Ultimately, like Kylie is the only thing that matters when talking about her case. She's the only thing that matters. She's the only thing that we should be talking about. We could talk about things that were said about the case, things like
Right.
that. Let's stick to what we know. Let's stick to what we know, put our timelines together, keep talking about the case, everything else like that. But let's do it in a more respectful manner where we're
Right.
actually having a regard for people's feelings and their lives. Their real lives are being ruined by this stuff,
Yeah.
and it's just it's sad to see how so many people came to bat for Kylie, but now so much has happened, and it's really sad. It's really sad because now everybody's just losing sight of what we came here to do for Kylie. And that was to find her justice. And I'll say this, I don't know if she will ever get justice. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow. And I say that because if the people who are higher up are connected, if that is really a thing, if it was trafficking or what, we might not ever figure out what really happened.
Right.
If they want to cover it up, they're going to cover it up. Doesn't
Yep.
mean we have to stop talking about it, but we don't have to accuse people of being murderers and oh, their kids were at this party that probably the party didn't even exist. We don't know. We don't even know if the party was real.
Right.
There's
Yep.
not enough factual information on this case for us to just be coming out and throwing out all this crap.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. Like, I understand speculation. Of course, we're going
Right.
to speculate because, that's all we have. But I think there's a responsible way to do it. And I think there's an irresponsible way to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, listen, when we all came into this, I was like, no, everybody's a suspect until they're not. So let's look into everybody. And all we kept finding was like lie after lie after lie after bullshit, more
Mhm.
bullshit. And but everything that we speculate, we say for a reason, right? Or at
Right.
least I do. I mean, we always say it for a reason. We have a reason to say what we are thinking. We have a reason to believe
Yes.
what we believe. But I think, when you're not and you're just like trying to mislead on purpose, I think that, I mean, you can do it. I mean, people are going to do whatever they want to do. There's different types of people in the world, but that doesn't help anybody. That's not helping her case. You
Right.
think that by, saying like, oh, I've solved the case is going to get you more views, but it doesn't help the case, right? It doesn't do anything
Right.
for the actual victim, is all I'm saying.
Right. And I, anybody covering this case, you guys don't have to like all of us as a person. You guys don't have to like us at all, really. But I urge you guys to please pay attention to the information that we're putting out in our videos because every single one of us has good information. Every single one of us on this case does, except for that one channel,
Yeah.
the one that's named the Kylie Roddy channel.
Yeah, I know, right?
you know, that one, man, that blows my mind. But every single person who has come on this case and touched this case, whether I like them as a person or not, whether you like them as a person or not, has put out some type of info that has been valuable to this case.
Right.
Whether it be a very important public document, an arrest record, a background check, whatever it be,
Right.
each one of us has brought something good to the table. So I get correcting the misinformation because that's a big thing. We don't want more information than there is, you
Yeah.
know. But if you guys, if we don't like each other, we don't have to watch each other. We don't have to like each other. But like the information is the most important, and that's what I'm urging. Just
Right.
watch the information that's coming out
Yeah.
because
And
that's the most
listen,
important.
and keep an open mind too. And I think that's
Right.
another problem in Kylie's case is that I think like I said, we've all become so passionate about this. So, I mean, there's a lot of us that, I mean, there's a lot of people involved that have their mind in cement. This is in my mind, this is 100% what happened to her, right?
Mhm.
And nothing you could say is going to sway them from that. A, but that's not our job, right? It's not our job to try to convince everybody. It's our job to bring what we have to the table.
Right.
But in saying that, um, shit, my dog started going crazy. I lost my train of thought.
I do that all the time.
Uh, um, what was I gonna say? Damn it. It'll come to me in a second.
I do that all the time.
Oh yeah. So come to it with an open mind because, like I said, I think somebody could come out here tomorrow, right? 100% have the truth of what happened. They could speak on it. And I guarantee you that there's going to be a lot of people that are like, I don't believe it because they have what happened in their mind, And that's all there is to it. And so I was actually not I was debating on whether or not I was going to put out what that person had told me
Mhm.
because I was like, A, I don't have any receipts for it, right? And
Mhm.
I was like, B, um, people are gonna tear it apart. I mean, I get it, right? So but I finally came to the realization and I was like, you know what? I go, it might be something. So in my opinion, it's worth sharing. So I put it out. And of course, there was, a bunch of people I got backlash from, like, oh, that's bullshit, blah, 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 whatever, whatever. Because I know, you get comments like, oh, I know what happened, and that's not it.
Right.
Um, but I just felt like it was something worth sharing. And I didn't do any harm by sharing it. You know what I'm saying? So you
Right.
may not agree with it. Hey, that's fine. Don't agree with it. But at least consider it because anything is possible.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, you look at it. We all thought like, oh, it's just the teenagers and this kid. These teenagers did something horrible to her. Right. These people at this party did something horrible to her. But the digger we I can't even talk. The deeper we dig, I'm sorry. The deeper we dig, we find out that it could potentially be bigger than it is, you know? And it's like I think some of us didn't expect to dig into it and it become, deeper. I didn't think, Hendrix and all these people had ties or whatever.
Right.
But I will say one thing. I might not agree with everybody's theory, right? And I can
Hmm.
agree to disagree with you. I can give you my theory, you can give me yours, whatever speculation you want to have, you could tell me it. I can remember your theory and keep it in the back of my head as that's possible, yes. But on
Right.
my own time, I want to do my own research before I come to the conclusion that your theory could match up with my theory. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
we have to do our own research in these cases. So, when people are like, oh, this was mine, this was mine, it could have been yours a long time ago. But I did research on what you said, and I found things based off of your theory because communicating with each other in a positive way helps you
Yeah.
have an understanding of, okay, there's a possibility this can happen, or there's a possibility this can happen. There might be information that you have that somebody else doesn't have that you could share with them. Like, be more helpful with the content. If you see something that's really misinformation, let the person know. You don't have to do a huge thing on it. Let them know on the side. If they're receptive of it, they are. If they don't want to
Yeah.
fix it, they're not going to. We can't control everybody in the YouTube world,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, talking about it and watching each other's stuff, no matter whether we like each other or not, it gives you different bits and pieces of information that could fit what you are trying to put together.
Right.
And that's why I just say, like, the information is just the most important information. We already have like little to no facts in this case as it is. It's a lot of hearsay, a lot of rumors, a lot of he said, she said type deal, you know, the
Yeah,
misinformation is unnecessary, but we could be helpful towards one another and help correct that misinformation. Especially
exactly.
if we've been on the case for over a year at this point. There's some people who did come in new,
Yep.
but at least they were trying to speak the good. You know what I mean? At least they're trying to do something positive. Let's look at the positive things that people are doing and not look at everything negative all the time, you know?
Right.
So,
I'm
yeah, I just, it's crazy to me.
it is crazy. And that's what I kind of meant. Like if you stepped out for a second and just took a look at every person that every content creator that jumped on this case, right? I mean, you're talking thousands and thousands of videos. And collectively, imagine if none of that happened, right? Imagine if there was no Kylie videos, right? And we just had to go off what we had on the news. We wouldn't know a damn thing.
Yep.
I mean, we wouldn't know nothing. I mean, we've all brought in so much attention and so much to this case. And, we along the way, we've seen a lot of dark powers at play, I will say. Um, but yeah, if it wasn't for, the people that care, it would have been it would have been swept under the rug like everything else.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I hope that, we are doing something correct. I hope that we are putting out the best information that we possibly could for everybody to know. I hope that we are making some type of difference in some way, shape, or form. And I hope that we are in some way, shape, or form helping Kylie in her case. I really
Right.
do. I really do. And I'm not going to say there's horrible creators or anything like that. All of us are good creators. We really are all good creators. We got here because we put out good content. So
Right.
there's really just no need to discredit other people. We all do great work. All of us do.
Yeah, and we
You
all
know,
bring something different.
some of us are just people who say bad words and don't filter anything and they just don't sugarcoat anything. Some people are just really, really real. And, then there's some people who don't like that and they're more conservative and they have different beliefs and whatever, but every
Right.
channel is great in its different way. I will say
Right.
that.
And that's another thing too, is I think, and I think a lot of our viewers would tell you the same thing. Like, I think that you don't have to like that, you don't have to like me personally, right? You don't have to like me as a person, even though you don't really know me as a person from YouTube. But you don't have to like me, right? But if I'm putting out information on a case that you're interested in, then that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't come here for me, you just come here for information. That's the way that it should be, in my opinion. Like, instead of all this nonsense, instead of all this, I don't agree with you. Well, I don't agree with you. I mean, I don't,
Sure.
I am not playing that game no more. I cannot, there, sometimes you aren't going to agree with me. That's just, agree to disagree. And,
Yeah.
that's just what it is.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that 100%. And anybody who's still talking about Kylie's case right now, like, it's appreciated because there's so many people who left this case and just gave up or they had their reasons to leave or whatever it may be. A lot of people stopped talking about her case. But
Yeah.
it's still, I feel like, in my opinion and in others' opinions, everybody here that's watching, I feel like, also feels like her case matters and it's important to speak on.
Yeah.
And that's important. The creators that are here and still saying her name and still putting out content and still looking for answers and everything else like that, all great channels. All
Thank you,
great
Prophetic
channels.
Forensics. I appreciate that.
And I'll add one more thing. You know, a lot of our viewers, a lot of our subs on here, they send us the information that we put out on our platforms. A lot of you guys sleuth so good. A lot of you guys do so much like research and you guys send us amazing things
Oh,
that we
absolutely.
didn't think that we could even find ourselves. You know,
Yep.
so it doesn't matter who found what. or who put what out or who said this or who said that or whatever. Because
Right.
you know what? At the end of the day, a lot of the information that us as creators present are things that came from our viewers. So,
Yeah.
our viewers, you guys are doing it. You guys are doing this too, you know?
I mean, yeah, definitely. If it wasn't for the viewers, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
Right.
I
And
mean, we're
it's
all,
important.
yeah. Yeah, because we all have the main goal in mind, which is, to find the truth.
Right. Yeah, I just, I really hope that this live can show everybody that, if we're willing to put whatever grudges, whatever anything, if we're willing to put all that down, I hope everybody else, would have it in their hearts to be able to put it down and just focus on what matters, and that's Kylie. And we need to get back to her. We need to get back to focusing on her because she was so special and so important. And she was 16 years old, going to go off to college. I mean, that's a genius right there.
Right.
That's what we need to look at. We need to look at this beautiful soul who lost her life to something horrible
Right.
and
Hi, Ara.
keep saying her name.
Exactly. Exactly. Um, Angela Masalam's last day was today. Yeah, I saw that. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah. Today was her last day. She posted
Yeah.
a farewell, and thank you to Placer County who does this fantastic job. And
Oh, God.
yeah,
I thought she was pregnant and had a baby or something. I didn't know that she was even with them still. I thought she was just somebody who was there because you seen her at the press conferences and at the search site, but you didn't really see her anywhere after that.
yeah, I
So
know. It was weird.
I don't
I
know. And a
thought
lot
too.
of
I thought
people,
she had just had a baby or something.
that's what I said. I thought she was pregnant and she was having a kid and everything else like that. Like that, I don't know.
Right.
There wasn't a lot. I know people looked into her, but there wasn't very much
No,
other
there
than
was not.
the pressers and stuff that she was. Oh, and then I think what she was pictured was anime or something like that in the very beginning. I remember that being a thing, but I don't know how
Yeah.
true that is. But you know, uh, yeah, I didn't hear about her a lot, so no, I didn't know she was leaving.
Yeah. I mean, and well, we're talking about, trying to bring the Kylie, I don't want to say community, the Kylie group of people that care, together again. I mean, look at what happened, to Ara. I mean, she got even pulled into it, talking about, oh, she was in there freaking, you know, 20 years ago, whatever it was. And I'm like, oh my Lord, like now, you know,
I
I'm
didn't
just
even know
saying,
that.
like, that's a little crazy.
Yeah, I didn't even know that that was even a thing because I haven't. Pardon if I'm not correct, but I haven't really seen Ara very much on YouTube lately. I felt like she was doing her own thing, so I don't know how she would have gotten dragged into this because I haven't seen her a lot.
Oh my Lord, I couldn't believe it. But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, there's no line. Every creator, should be able to see that line and not cross it and not make it personal. I mean, it's crazy to me that it's gotten so bad, but we all played we all have done what we've done. We've said what we have said, but I just don't think there's any use for it. I don't see it.
We just got to keep spreading love and light and positivity, and we can't control everybody else, but at least we could do what we can do on our channels. We can control our
Right.
own channels, and we can do what we came here to do and whatever else, and we can't control other people, but our hope is that everybody just lets everything go and refocuses on what we're all here for.
Right.
Let's be
Yep.
friendly to one another. We don't know what each other's going through. Let's keep it
Right.
cool, keep it
And
simple.
that's all something that we have in common. Kylie is something we all have in common.
Right.
And, wanting to seek justice is something we all have in common. So, bygones be bygones, like I said. And I hope that everybody who's not in here, hears this message. And, I think that, I mean, we could do so much. We could do so much. I
Hmm.
mean, so much good. But you can't do that if you're bashing other people, and you can't do that if you're constantly being bashed either. What's the point?
And I'll even do one further, actually, for this, because this is what I truly want. I want to feel comfortable coming on YouTube. So if I ever hurt anybody, or if I ever bullied anybody, or bashed anybody, or offended anybody, or if I called you out and I shouldn't have done that and taken it personal, I apologize on this public platform for everybody to see, because I am working on myself as a person. I am changing things in my life. I'm changing, my ways, the way I think about things, everything. I'm trying to work on my triggers and not being so defensive, because when you've experienced things that I've experienced, it's hard not to just do fight or flight. Um,
Right.
so I apologize if I ever did anything to hurt or offend anybody. And I know I did this on my channel a while back, but so everybody can hear it again, because I'm sure some people don't watch me. Um,
Hmm.
if I hurt you, I'm sorry. And I hope that you can accept the apology and we can just move forward without bashing each other.
Right.
Truly, because I just want to help people, and that's it. And I hope that whoever's here wants to just help people too. And let's just get to that.
Yes. And you know what? It takes, and it might sound corny, but this is a true fact. It is harder to let shit go. It is harder to let shit go and just forgive and you know what I'm saying? Forgive and move on. It is harder to do that than it is to stay in an argument, stay in a fight, and stay in the drama.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, it's harder for a person. It takes more willpower for you to be able to say, you know what? I'm done with this drama. It is what it is. We'll just do you know what I'm saying? Let's just all focus where we need to be. It's harder to do that. It's a lot easier to stand there and argue with somebody.
Oh yeah, it is a lot easier. I can argue all day. Like I got it in me. I do that. I can take your words and pick them apart and ask you the same question in different ways and get a different response.
Yeah.
But it's not worth it. It's not. And that's why I'm like, let me just apologize to everybody again for anything I've ever done. And I hope that me taking this step, I'm not trying to be anybody's best friend. I'm really not. I just hope that this shows that we want this to be a better place for our viewers and for us as creators.
Yeah.
So that's it. And if I'm willing to bury, the hatchet and things and whatever else, I hope that other people are.
Right.
If it's not with me, then at least with the other creators on the case. If you choose not to, you know, leave
Hmm.
me alone, that's fine. But at least be civil with the other creators on this case.
Right. Yeah. I agree. I agree. Like I said, we all might do things in a different way. We all might, have different ways of presenting our information. Um, but I think we're all just trying to do the best we can. I mean, I can only speak for myself. I don't know why I keep saying we, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that I just try to do what I can do. And, if people don't like the way I present it, then you don't like the way I present it. But I'm not talking out of my ass, and I'm not saying shit for no reason. So that's all.
Yeah,
Like,
that's for
just
sure.
stay open minded. Like, that's all.
I'm like, CNY, are you ready to do a live on the what's going on in our world today?
Right.
I know you've been watching it because I have.
Oh, yeah. It's
all the
crazy.
all the war stuff, man. I'm into that heavy right now. Like, what's
Are
going to
you?
happen? Oh, I'm into it so heavy. I'm like, what's going to happen? Yemen's declaring war. There's a bunch of I guess North Korea also just sent troops out to help Palestine or whatever. So,
Yeah.
they're getting
Dude,
all types of troops and they're warning the US not to shoot their stuff down or else. And yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
it is. It is
I,
so crazy.
I can't wait to, if you want to do a live on that, I'll be here because I'm into that.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, it's brutal.
There's real world issues going on, guys, that we could be talking about and bringing attention to, like this war that we could potentially be in, and or trafficking and other things. There's so much that we can talk about. What's happening in our schools,
Yeah,
how they're trying to influence our kids, and just so much. There's so much more to talk about. So let's just make our time useful.
right. I mean, honestly, there's, like I said, I like to help people with all the content that I put out, no matter what it is. I'm like, well, hopefully this helps somebody, you know? Hopefully
Mhm.
somebody hears this and is like, okay, you know, and it helps them. But I mean, yeah, like I think what's going on is crazy. And I think it being here, like the invasion, starts from within. I mean, that's what's the easiest way to take an empire down from the inside.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, everybody should be prepared. Everybody should be safe. Everybody should have how do I want to say
Emergency
this?
kits.
Yeah, emergency kits,
Doc.
to go bags, like
Yep.
ways to protect themselves and their families. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it's getting real. It's really getting real, and World War III is being rumored right now, and so protect yourself, protect your kids. If you carry, get ready, and make sure you stock up food, make sure you stock up supplies, make sure your kids have stuff, because I could see within the next couple weeks, things are going to start getting even more explosive, you know, in
Yeah.
real life, you know
Oh, I'm
um
sorry, Ladybug.
but yeah, make sure that you guys it's almost like a, what is that, apocalypse, like
Yeah.
prepare for the apocalypse at this point.
My gosh. Isn't
It's
that crazy
crazy.
to even think?
It's crazy to think, and it's crazy to say. I will say this, and I know people will probably be like, why are you saying that? But we need to get, if we're going to go to war, we need Biden out of office. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
Like I am very scared for our country at this
Right.
point. Like, because
Yeah.
this is, it's really really real, and it's really really happening. People are losing their lives. Our US soldiers are going out there and risking our lives right now.
Yeah. And
So,
none of us are promised tomorrow.
right.
It's a gift. If we all, I mean, I'm thankful that we don't, I mean, the shit that's going on there, like imagine if that was right outside your house, right in the
Yeah.
street,
Yeah.
it's so crazy.
Yeah, imagine if it's your child that's just out there playing. I seen a video of a kid playing ball, and he was talking about a little kid. He just was out there playing ball and they got bombed, and he was talking about his friends who their bodies were tore apart, or how his family members had broken bones and things, and he had to carry them to get help. It's sad what's happening. Kids are dying, soldiers are dying. It's crazy.
It
And
is so crazy.
I think everybody needs to be aware, educate yourself on what's going on in our world today, and start preparing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I mean, not for nothing, but look at, I mean, all of the protests that are going on here in the United States for the shit that they're showing you on the news. Like, I mean, it's a crazy thing when you have Taliban flags being flown and carried through your streets in America. I'm just saying that it is. Like, this isn't there. Who thought you'd see that here?
Yeah. It's crazy. And I know I sent it to you too, but I seen that some of our soldiers have lost their lives in some of the places that are at war right now. And it's really sad to see the parents at these huge meetings talking about their lost loved one who was defending our country, and they're being lied to about how their kids are dying.
Wait,
They're
say
being
that
lied.
again.
So, okay, there's parents that are currently going into, you know how like the Board of Education has those big meetings? I don't know
Yeah.
what they're called. Okay. So parents are going into meetings like that of lost soldiers. Okay. They're the parents of soldiers who risked their lives for our country.
Okay.
And the government and these parents are on the stand and they're talking about how they were lied to about how the soldier died.
Oh, okay.
They're
I
not even
gotcha.
getting yeah, they're not even getting the full truth on what's really happening. Why, those specific soldiers lost their lives. They're not telling the truth. But what's happening is the soldiers that were with them while they lost their lives are coming out to the parents and they're telling them what really happened. So it's a huge
Gotcha.
scandal right now with the lies that are being presented by our government. So, you know, I know that
Right.
a lot of them were blaming the Biden administration, but that's important. These people are risking our lives, and we're being lied to about how they're dying.
Right.
That's important. Why are people being lied to
Yeah.
about how our U.S. soldiers who are going and defending our country are dying?
Yeah. I mean, it's not surprising, honestly, but I get where I totally understand. I'm with you.
Yeah, it's just sad.
It is
Everything.
so sad.
I'm telling you guys, everything. I've been watching so much real life stuff lately. you
Yeah.
know, it's heartbreaking to see a lot of the stuff that is going on with the government, a lot of the stuff that's going on politically, a lot of the stuff that's going on actually on the internet and
Right.
everything.
I mean,
So
I say don't live in fear because fear is one of the worst things that I mean, fear is so bad on your body because what does fear do? It causes worry. It causes stress. It's so bad for you. So I say faith over fear, but everybody should be at least aware and know what's going on, right? You
right.
can't stick your head in the sand. Like, don't fear it. Don't live your life in fear. You still have to live your life, but I mean, at least be aware of what's going on because ignorance is not bliss. That shit will get you killed,
Mhm.
especially today. I mean, my kids asked, I don't know, it was like 2 weeks ago, and they were like, "Hey, mom, remember when we went to Apex, which they at Destiny USA, the mall? Um, they have this big, huge arcade, and it's called Apex. Well,
Mhm.
we had gone there a couple years back, and we haven't been back since because like every day there's a stabbing or a shooting in the parking lot. I mean, this one mom walked out with her daughter and got robbed. All their bags were stolen. They were robbed at gunpoint. Like, you can't even go anywhere with your kids today. It's not, I mean,
Mhm.
no, it's not safe. Like,
Yeah.
that's the world we live in. That's real life shit.
Yeah, it's yeah, because in reality, you could go to a public place and not know if there's going to be a shooter that shows up there and just starts mass shooting up the place. You know what I
Right.
mean? So,
Right.
and we want to protect our kids at all costs, and it is sad that it's hard for us to take our kids out to places. We have to find somewhere that doesn't have a lot of people or is not overly crowded, especially if you live in the city. you
Yeah.
know like I'm in LA, like not really in LA, but like I'm close to LA and it's a
Oh,
big city life here. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of criminals being released onto our streets right now actually,
right.
and the crime levels right now in California are extremely high. um and there's really important stuff happening out here.
Yeah.
um but also, when looking at everything that's going on, keep an open mind. I know the internet is making a lot of people very sensitive, and wanting everybody to sugarcoat things. Like, I mean, you can't even call a homeless person anymore. You have to call them an unhoused person,
Right.
unhoused person. It's certain, like, we have to watch what we say and things like that, and just keep an open mind when there's people who don't have filters and say it how it is. Try to keep an open mind with those people, because a lot of the times those are the people who are trying to get out like the real, like, I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything for any of anybody.
Right.
If I got something to say, I'm going to, and it's important to what's happening in our country or for our kids or what, I'm going to come out, I'm going to say it, and I'm not going to sugarcoat how I feel about it.
Exactly.
So keep an open mind when people do that, because there must be something for them to be so passionate about that, for them to be saying it.
Right. That's one thing that's so hard as a content creator, as being a YouTuber, is that, like, hey, Captain Kurt, you actually have to watch every single and think about every single word you say, because you're either going to offend somebody, right? Somebody's
Hmm.
going to get mad. It doesn't matter what you say. Somebody's going to get mad about how you said it. So you're either going to offend somebody, or somebody's like, "Oh my god, you should not, you can't talk like that, or you can't." But my brain doesn't work that way. All I can
Hmm.
do is call it like I see it, and it just I just be as real as I can be. And but it's so hard as a content creator, because YouTube will, if you say a couple of wrong words, I mean, all it takes is one word, and YouTube pushes your video to the back, and it never goes anywhere. So if you're not, you have to worry about YouTube, you have to worry about other people, how they take what you say, you have to worry about all this kind of shit. And it's like, that kind of stops you from being real, and not, you know what I'm saying? It just gets in the way. It's
Yeah, and
very
that's,
difficult.
but that it's, yeah, that's like what they want though. They don't want truth. They don't want the realness of situation. They don't want us to do that. You
Right.
know, they want us to sugarcoat everything, and they want us to tiptoe across the eggshells, and you know what I mean? Like they don't want what's really happening to really come out and be public knowledge anymore. They want to
Yeah.
hide everything. They want to sensitize everything. So yeah, it does make it harder as a creator to come on and say what you feel, and to speak your mind, and to talk about what you're passionate about, because you have to be so mindful of, am I going to get canceled because of the cancel culture thing?
Right.
Is somebody going to dig into my old excuse me, my old Twitter account and go find something on me to cancel me for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we, I'm just not like sensitive like that, and I don't sugarcoat things, and that's not what you're going to get from me. If I feel something, I'm going to say something. If YouTube wants to take me down, obviously I'm saying something that's important enough for them to want to shut me up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Yep.
that's the way I see it.
Absolutely. And it's just, it's really hard too. Like I say, like, if you're trying to make a living on it, it's so hard. Like, forget about it. And it is the way it is, what it is, but it's very difficult for
Hmm.
creators.
Yeah, it is.
I
It
mean,
is very hard.
me and Chad were talking about this, because there's this big, huge video game streamer, right? And
Uh-huh.
his name Dr. Disrespect, but he's huge. Been a streamer forever, but I mean, this guy brings in, 50,000 viewers every time he's live, right? And I'm like, it's so much easier for a gaming streamer, when all you have to do, because Chad will say to me, what you do is really, it really isn't work. It really isn't hard, and I'm like, I think video game streaming, like, you just sit down and play a game, right? That's all you're doing. You're playing a video game and talking a little
Mhm.
bit in between. That's easy. Having to go and make a video and do a live, and have to constantly have things to say, have to constantly be ready to go, have to constantly be aware of everything that you're saying all the time. I go, that's so much harder, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah, and I know like from experience on TikTok, like they're like I was getting suspensions left and right when I was talking about all the Tony Dodge stuff. Uh, because I had actually, fun fact, I don't have a lot of Tony Dodge videos on YouTube, but a majority of everything I dug into Tony Dodge about is on my TikTok. And when I was talking about that whole situation, I was blowing up. It's like they kept banning me for like a week at a time. You can't go live. You can't post content. You can't do this. I don't know if it's
Oh,
because I was talking about missing people, or if I was talking about, connections to trafficking or whatever, but those are important things I was talking about, and they were
right.
filtering it,
Yep.
and it is hard because then the people are like, well, what happened to you? You can't post anything.
Right.
So people are like, well, what's going on? Why isn't she posting? Why is she keeping us updated? What, it makes it harder as a content creator when they're taking us off for a week at a time.
Oh my God, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, like, what the heck, dude?
Yeah.
Let
I
us
mean, I
say
don't
what we
know.
gotta say.
Yeah, I don't know about TikTok, but like YouTube has done that to me. And you can't do shit. You can't post nothing. You can't do nothing. You can't touch your channel for a week. And it's like because you said something that they wanted to censor, or because you said something that, goes against what the experts say.
Yeah,
And and they label it misinformation or, shit like that. It's so ridiculous. So like I made that video yesterday. I don't know if you saw it, but I put a video out yesterday on YouTube, put the same video out on TikTok and got a guideline strike from TikTok. And I was like, what the heck? I
yeah,
was shocked because, and then right after that happened, I was like, oh shit, So I went and made that other video unlisted because on YouTube, because I was like, damn, like I don't want to strike. Like that
yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, I've never had that experience with YouTube yet, which is cool. Which is cool because I've been talking about the Podestas and everything else like that. So,
Yeah.
at least they're not censoring that because that's important. I think that's huge information. I think that's very important information. I
Yeah.
think that those people have ties that are probably tied to a lot of cases and probably really tied to the trafficking stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like YouTube, I think, is a little bit more lenient because sometimes even if you're like cursing or whatever else in TikTok, like I don't know, I feel like TikTok is just a way more stricter place. Like,
Right.
for instance, I did like a story time on something that had happened, and it was me talking about my personal experience, and they took the video down, they removed it. And
Uh,
I was like, but I didn't say anything bad. I was talking about a real life experience. They kept taking down my body cam footage for a long
no
time. They were
way. You're
yeah,
yours your own?
yeah, they were taking down my body cam footage. I went on suspension a lot during that time because I was posting everything and I was telling my story. And every single time that I would post a video, um, and it would have like a cut or whatever. Even if I would put a trigger warning in it, even if I would, hashtag it what it was for, or even talk to TikTok's community people and be like, I'm trying to spread awareness. They were still taking it down and removing it. And it's my story to tell, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
So why can't and I see so many other people who are shaking their butts and
Dude,
in a
I
thong
know.
and doing crazy stuff, but I can't tell my true life story that could make a difference in the world.
Right.
Weird. Why?
I know. It's totally crazy. Like I had put out a short video. This was back in the summer, but I had put out a short and it was of this little boy who was probably like 8, 9 years old. And he was like hitting and punching his, I don't know, 80-year-old grandma. And
Oh
you
my
had
god.
the mom holding the camera talking about, yeah, kick her, hit her harder. Like telling this little boy to beat on his 80-year-old grandma. And I put that short out and I said, I mean, look at parenting. Like what happened? And YouTube striked me for that because they said it was child abuse and I couldn't do nothing for a week.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny because like you can take the video that somebody else posted and you can put your opinion on it, and then your video will get taken down, but theirs is still up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like what? What are you guys doing on these apps? It's crazy like how you filter people who want to spread good light. It's like they want all the evil stuff to consume us and they
Oh,
don't want all the
absolutely.
good they don't want the good stuff that can make a difference and mean something out there.
Well, yeah, and they don't want the truth out there. So, I mean,
Yeah.
if you're a truther, listen, you're in the back of the bus with YouTube.
We're all in the back of the bus.
Shit. And it's hard. It's a rough life back here.
Yeah, it is because man, we it sucks because it does suck too for us because a lot of us do enjoy coming online and talking to you guys and getting to chat with you guys and having the open dialogue. So
Yeah.
when we can't come on and do that because we're on all these suspensions and restrictions and bans, like I almost lost my account at one point on TikTok
Ugh, me too.
completely. But like it sucks because then we lose the interaction with you guys and you guys are like, oh, they give up already, and then you guys just move on. So it sucks
Right.
because it's out of our hands when that happens.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah. All right. Well, my kids are bugging me to hurry up because they want me to make rolls. So I have to go make some dinner rolls. I was actually supposed to make them with the baked ziti, but I forgot about them. So they've been bugging me ever since. Can you make the rolls now, Mom? My daughter's like, Mom, you forgot the rolls. I'm like, yes.
How could you forget the rolls,
Dude,
CNY? Come on now.
that's what she said. But I want to thank you for coming on. And I just hope that this video, reaches everybody. And I hope people actually listen to it. And I just want peace within the community. And I think, let's move on. It is what it is. And let's, get back to the main focus. And that's truth and justice for Kylie, and I want to thank you for coming on and telling your side of it and how you feel and all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I enjoy coming on your I enjoy coming on your panels because we have such great dialogue, and I appreciate every time that you offer to have me come on and speak my mind.
Mhm.
Because that means a lot to me. It means that, some of the stuff that I say has value to you and you want to share that with other people. And so I thank you for the support that you show me, and the
Oh,
platform that you
definitely.
give me to speak on.
No problem. Thank you for coming.
No problem. So I'll let you
All
get
right.
to your roles.
All right, girl. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Good night, chat.
Everybody, please go ahead and hit the like button for me. To, help show your support. It's free. Me and Larissa, trying to just keep peace. That's all. And bring the community back together. But please sub to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys all. Thanks, Captain Kerr and Prophetic Forensics and Cece and Larissa and everybody else that was in here. I wish some other people could have made it in, but I guess they couldn't make it. But yeah, just spread the message, and please consider becoming a member. Monday, I will have a members only video coming out, so you guys can keep an eye out for that. And if anybody wants to do anything to help out the channel, you want to do any donations, the links are all down in the description below. I love you guys. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions. Keep spreading that light. And I will see you all next time. Happy Friday, everybody. Have a good weekend.